Have you ever cut ties with your own twin? Ryan and I were inseparable until we turned 16. That's when the accidents started happening to people around me. First, it was my girlfriend's car brakes failing. She'd broken up with me the week before, saying I was too clingy and needed space. The mechanic said someone had deliberately cut the brake lines with precision, but who would do that to sweet Jessica from our chemistry class? Then my best friend Mark fell down the stairs at school, breaking his collarbone and spraining his ankle. He'd just beaten me out for student council president by only 3 votes. My math teacher had a severe allergic reaction to something in his coffee after giving me a D- on my midterm exam. Had to be rushed to the emergency room with his throat swelling shut. All of them had one thing in common. They'd recently upset me or hurt my feelings. Ryan noticed the pattern before I did. It's weird how unlucky people get around you lately, he said one night while we played Call of Duty in our bedroom. Like karma's working overtime to balance things out. I laughed it off until Mrs. Henderson next door ended up in the hospital after yelling at me about my music being too loud during her afternoon nap. She'd eaten contaminated vegetables from her own garden that gave her severe food poisoning. The same garden Ryan helped her with every weekend, pulling weeds and watering her prized tomatoes like the perfect neighbor boy. Ryan, I said carefully that evening, you don't think there's something strange about all these accidents happening to people who've been mean to me? Think what? His smile was too innocent, too rehearsed. Bad things happen to bad people sometimes. That's just how the world works. That's when I started watching him, really watching. Ryan was always mysteriously nearby when these accidents happened. Always had a perfect, airtight alibi. Always played the concerned neighbor, the helpful twin brother rushing to offer assistance. But I began noticing things, how he'd disappear for an hour here and there, how he always knew specific details about these incidents before anyone else did. I caught the look in his eyes when my ex-girlfriend Sarah broke her wrist in a skateboarding accident outside the mall. Just for a split second, pure satisfaction flickering across his face before he rearranged it into concern. She really hurt you, he said later when I mentioned feeling bad about not visiting her. She called you pathetic and desperate in front of everyone at lunch. She deserved what she got. Ryan, people don't deserve to get hurt just because they upset me. That's not how normal society works. Why not? We're identical twins. Your pain is my pain. When someone hurts you, they're hurting me too. The way he said it made my skin crawl, like he genuinely believed he was justified in his actions. I realized Ryan had been operating as my personal vigilante for months, systematically getting revenge on anyone who crossed me, humiliated me, or made me feel worthless. Every slight against me became his mission to correct. The final straw came when my boss, Mr. Patterson, gave me a harsh lecture about being late to my part-time job at the hardware store, called me unreliable and lazy in front of customers, made me feel like dirt. The next day, his house caught fire. Electrical problems, the fire department said. Total loss. Ryan was at the gas station getting snacks when it happened, security cameras proving his whereabouts. Perfect alibi like always. But I found the accelerant hidden in his closet that night, tucked behind his winter clothes in a shoebox, along with detailed notes about Mr. Patterson's schedule, his wife's work hours, even their dog's walking routine. You're going to get us both arrested, I told him, confronting him with the evidence. They'll never suspect us, he said with chilling calm, not even denying it anymore. We look identical, remember? Even if someone saw me near Patterson's house, they'd think it was you, and you have alibis for everything. That's when I finally understood the full scope of his plan. Ryan wasn't protecting me out of brotherly love. He was using me as the perfect cover for his own twisted psychological need to hurt people. Knowing our identical faces meant he could always point suspicion at me if things went wrong. I called the police that night while he slept,